record the class. And yeah, vamos a empezar. So let's just sit on your mat. And back to something that Dorothy just said, I think one of the most beautiful things about learning another language is just how humbling it is, and to have that limitation that you have to kind of constantly work with. It's a beautiful metáfora. It's a beautiful metaphor to think about just having to work that little bit extra para comunicar, to communicate. So let's sit for just a second and enjoy not knowing what's going to happen next for just a minute. So you can take a second, kind of push the heels together, the balls of the feet together. Good. And then maybe lift your talones, lift your heels up from the floor, and the balls of the feet just lifting from the floor. Good. And same thing. Let's now squeeze and lift your knees as your legs come up. Feel the belly engage to help support your spine and your back. Good. Let's pause now with your two legs. Again, you're just los piecitos juntos. And then we're going to exhale and stretch and reach out. And we're going to almost just swim. Vamos a nadar sobre las piernas. We're going to swim out over our legs for a moment. Feel your back moving forward. La espalda mueve adelante. Good. And let's now pause with your arms out and just let the backs of the hands reach towards one another. And then we're going to let them float down. So just feeling a long stretch through both arms. Good. You can exhale to push the arms down. Inhale as they come up. And exhale, bringing them back. So let's pause here. And we're going to rotate to the right. Rotate. Vamos a rotar. Lado y lado. A la derecha. A la izquierda. Good. So derecha means right. Izquierda means left. Good. Let's pause up here. And nos ponemos las manos detrás de la cabeza. Let's put our hands behind the head. And then abrimos el pecho. So stretch your chest up towards the sky, letting the head float back. Pay attention to where you feel this. Pon atención en la espalda. Good. And then exhale, just bringing yourself all the way up. Now this time, bring your arms forward and maybe your elbows can kind of reach out towards your knees. They don't have to touch. You could even lift your knees a little. Bringing yourself just down and up here. Remembering, estirando la columna, stretching your spine forward and then stretching your spine, la columna alta. Good. Good. And then let's pause here just on bottom. And you can take a little cat-cow. So your knees can even pull in. Podemos acurrucarnos. And then open your knees as your sternum extends forward. And then vamos a hacerlo otra vez. Good. So it's almost like you just ball yourself up, hugging the knees. Oh, and estoy estirando entre los omoplatos, Margarita, cuando yo hago. Yeah. Oh. Sometimes you just find the perfect stretch when you're doing something, right? So I'm really getting in between my shoulder blades, especially as I push my elbows into my shins. Los codos en las espinillas. Good. So let's exhale and sit all the way up, nice and tall, muy alta. Good. And then from here, go ahead, close your knees all the way. Cerramos las rodillas. And then I want you, we did this morning, and it felt very silly in a live class. But take a second and shake your sits bones. Just push them down deep into the floor, right? And let's do this for 30 minutes, if that's okay. Just kidding. Just do it for a little bit. Just feel that grounding of your sits bones in kind of a silly way. And then we'll inhale, nos inspiramos, we'll stretch. Inhale forward, and then exhale. Feel those sitting bones as you come down, your isquiones. So nos sentamos arriba Y después nos sentamos atrás and you really want to feel los abdominales conectando en este movimiento. So you want to feel your abdominals, las abdominales conectando. Good. En este movimiento. Good. So let's exhale and pause down here. And rotamos otra vez por las costillas. You're going to rotate again through your ribs, estirando lado y lado. Good. And then we're going to take a little pause, una pausa. I'm going to the right. Estiramos arriba y abajo. So on that right side, estirando arriba, estirando abajo. Estirando arriba, estirando abajo. Last time. Good. Arriba y abajo. Y ahora cambiamos lados. You're going to change sides. Vamos a la izquierda. We're going to the left. Arriba, which means up. Abajo, which means down. Arriba y abajo. Arriba y abajo. Arriba y abajo. Very nice. Arriba y abajo. Let's pause here. Las manos debajo de los hombros, underneath your knees. And then you're going to exhale and just stretch your legs side to side. Good. So you're just kind of creating a little relaxation por la cadera through your hips. Good. And now we're going to see, can you pause on the left side? And then vamos a levantar. You're going to raise your right leg, la pierna derecha, arriba y abajo. Good. Just lifting this leg down and up. Dos, tres, más. Good. Let's see if we can try that same movement on the other side. So cambiamos lados. Let's change sides. Y la pierna izquierda también arriba y abajo. Good. So just waking up your hips, animando un poco la cadera. Good. All right. And then from here, we're going to pause. I'm going to send this hand back and then walk my 2 feet to the short edge of my mat. And let's begin. Vamos a empezar bajando. We're going to start lowering down because Gala necesita poner los piecitos en el aire because Gala needs to put her feet in the air. So lo haremos. Good. Put your hands here on your toes for a moment. And let your cabeza come down. Your cabeza, your head. And feel once again a little stretch in between your shoulder blades, moving the elbows slightly up. And then we're going to inhale, sit up. And then exhale, bajamos. You're just going to lower just a little bit down. And from here, quizás con las palmas en los muslos, perhaps with your hands on your thighs, we're going to just, again, create a little flexion there through the abdomen. Good. Vamos a bajar otra vez. Let's lower down again. This can be muy, muy despacio, muy chiquito, very small, very slow. So waking up the abdomen. Good. Última vez, hands on your muscles. And then you're going to exhale, lower just un poquito más. Again, if this doesn't feel good to you, puedes bajar. You can lower all the way to the floor. Good. Desde aquí, let's all go now. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Muy bien, now desde aquí, you're just going to open and close your knees. Otra vez. Good. Abrimos, cerramos las rodillas otra vez. Good. So now una pausa, little pause with your knees open, and you can open the arms. And now con la pierna derecha, bueno, subo y bajo. We're going to lift up and down. Just feeling that leg open on the diagonal there. Good. So now pause with the leg in the air. Y estiramos la rodilla afuera. Now you can come tap your knee. Y estiramos afuera. So you're just opening your hip, estirando afuera, stretching out, tapping back in, stretching out, tapping back in, stretching out, tapping in. Good. So now take the pie, your foot to your muslo, And then let's exhale and estira. You're going to just stretch a little bit your cadera lado y lado. Good. Con el pecho abierto, keeping your chest open. Las respiraciones profundas with deep breaths. Good. Let's pause now. Set the right foot down and then con las rodillas también abierta, you're going to just lift and lower the left leg. La pierna izquierda. Nobody ever calls me. That was me. Good. So now from here, let the toe tap the knee and then estiramos afuera. So out and in. Afuera, adentro, con la espinilla. Good. Let's go 3 and 2 y 1. Muy bien. So now pause, putting the foot there on your muslo y estirando lado y lado. So you're just letting your foot rest on your thigh and then letting the hips travel side to side. Good. A deep connection with your breath into the lowering, into the lifting, bajando, subiendo. Very nice. So now let's pause. Let's set that foot down. And then vamos a estirar. Let's stretch your arms up alongside the ears. And as you do this, I want you to rock your tailbone just a little bit down and up. So feeling el pecho abierto, your chest open, and then a little tuck and a little lengthening of your low back. Good, so let's hold the pelvis now in a real neutral position, neither tucked under, neither extended and arched out, but just nice, relaxed. And then we're gonna, nos ponemos las manos juntos. You'll put your hands together, los dedos entrelazados, so your fingers interlaced detrás de la cabeza. And then let's exhale, subimos. Let's lift your head. Good. So vamos a subir otra vez. You're gonna lift again. Bueno, conectando con el ombligo. So connecting to your abdomen, your navel. Each time you lift, you want to feel your abdominals pull in, apoyándote. Good. 2. Y otra vez. So last time here, and then exhale, sweep your arms down to your sides. Nos ponemos muy despacio la cabeza en el piso. So put your head down on the floor. Estiramos el cuello lado y lado. So you're going to stretch your neck side to side, negando con la cabeza. Okay, so now con el mentón, so with your chin in la dirección del cuello, let's go ahead and now push your feet down into the floor y subimos la pelvis. So lifting your pelvis. And then let's exhale. We're going to lower all the way down. Inhale. Y exhale, empujando los pies, pushing your feet down in el piso. Good, you can kind of wiggle your 10 toes. Kind of lift and lower your 2 heels. Feeling that deep connection into your femorales, into your hamstrings. Good, let's exhale, lower that back down. Good, muy bien, let's try it again. Empujamos los piecitos, push your feet into the floor, subiendo la pelvis, lifting your pelvis. Good, and then lowering right back down. So now let's pause. Left knee, la rodilla izquierda sobre el pecho. Good. Y desde aquí cambiamos la posición de las piernas. You're going to change the position of your 2 legs. Arriba y abajo. Good. Y también expirando con fuerza para conectar con las abdominales. Good. Good. And now from here, let's pause with your two legs up. Take your two arms up. And now with your left leg lowering down, let the right arm come with it. Left arm, y subo y bajo. You're going to lift and lower. Muy bien. Try this just a couple more times. Good. Y desde aquí, bueno, una pausa aquí con las piernas arriba, and then nos ponemos las manos detrás de la cabeza. Put your hands behind the head. And then let's lift the head. Subimos la cabeza otra vez. Good. So we're going to lift the head and pay attention to your neck when you lift. So desde los abdominales, bueno, vamos a subir y bajar. You're going to lift and lower. 5 y 4 y 3 y 2 y 1. Good. So now pause. Let your arms float down. I want you to just, it's almost like you were walking with your legs. And you're going to decide your stride. El paso de las piernas. So one leg coming towards you. Good. And then if it feels nice, you can lengthen your stride. Good. Con los petitos en el aire. Good. So now from here, we're going to just lightly, I want you to ride a miniature bicycle. So with the legs up in the air, it's kind of engaging your quadricep muscles, empujando por el aire. Go pushing through the air. Muy bien, muy bien. Y cambiamos la dirección. You're going to change the direction. Muy bien, muy bien. Good. So now from here, a little pause. Let's stretch out through your knees. Good. Lengthening up through the backs of the legs. We're going to let the left leg float to the floor. You can keep the knee bent. The right leg, la pierna derecha está estirando sobre el torso. You're letting this leg stretch over your torso. And checking in with your hips, your pelvis. And then let's open la rodilla y también la pierna. So you're going to open the two legs. Good. Con la escápula junta, so pulling your scapula all the way together. And then let's close right back up. So desde aquí, cambiamos la posición de las piernas. You're going to change the position of the two legs. Nos ponemos las manos detrás de la pantorrilla. You'll put your hands behind your calf. And then abrimos. Let's open up. Estirando. Good. Desde aquí, you're going to close the two legs. So now from here, I want you to change the position of the two legs. We're going to just exhale and change a few times. And once again, I want you to feel your abdomen, las abdominales conectando con este movimiento. Feel your abdomen connect with this movement. Good. Good. And then let's pause with your right leg up, your left knee bent. Let's open and close the two legs like this. Pay attention to how that movement is different with the leg bent. Good. Really feel the ribs pull together as the legs open up. Cambiamos la posición. You're going to change the position of the two legs. La misma cosa. Good. 3 and 2. You can really feel the abdominals conectando. Good. So now cambiamos la posición otra vez. And now we're going to lift your head. Same thing, lift the head. Lift and lower. Con las piernas. Here we go. Opening, closing 3. Opening, closing 2. Opening, closing 1. Good. Changing the position of the two legs. Opening and closing. Aiming to find that evenness across the pelvis. Good. 3. And exhale, lifting 2. And exhale, lifting 1. Good. Let's pause. Now bring your two legs in. Take your hands behind, detrás de los muslos. And then let's roll up Let's work a few times on some roll-ups. So, estirando las muslos afuera. Good. And then you're going to stretch and reach. Estiramos por la columna. So you're going to stretch and reach out. And exhale, we'll sit tall. So estiramos afuera y arriba otra vez. Good. Out y arriba. Muy bien. Afuera y arriba. So una pausa. Now you're going to pause with the arms out. Y vamos a bajar. You're going to start to lower desde los abdominales. You're going to lower all the way to the floor. 5. Mirando, cuidando la espalda. 2, 3, 1. Good. Pause here. And while you're on the floor, do just like a slow motion speed bag, like you were in a very relaxed boxing class or kickboxing or something. But you're just going to let the arms stretch, reach away from you, like you were doing an arm bike. And then let's do a reverso. Let's just do the reverse. Good. Holding the legs firm, the abdominals connected. Mientras moviendo los brazos while you're moving your arms. Good. Y ahora los brazos arriba, your arms up. And then vamos a subir otra vez. You're going to lift again. La cabeza, los hombros, la escápula, la espalda inferior. Good. Until we're all the way sitting tall. Good. So now with your talones juntos, with your heels together, let your right heel tap into your left, and you'll take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's pause. Una pausa. Left leg taps into the right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So now we're going to swim out over the legs. Good. Let's try this actually with your palmas arriba. So you're going to try this with your palms up. Good. Bajamos, and you're going to keep the heels connected mientras estirando sobre las piernas. Afuera. Good. Y aquí adentro. Afuera. Arriba y adentro. Última vez. Good. And then we're going to pause with the arms out. And then vamos a bajar. You're going to lower once again to the floor. Con los talones juntos, with your heels together. Vamos 5 y 4 y 3 y 2 y 1. And then with your arms here on the floor, just imagine you're doing, it's imaginary jump rope time. So you're going to hold the rope. You can even visualize the rope. The good thing about this jump roping is you don't really need to do anything with your lower body except for squeeze your legs. Apretar las piernas juntas. Good. And then cambiamos la dirección. You're going to change the direction the arms are circling. Good. Let's take a little break from that. Take a second, squeeze. Feel a firming in your arm muscles just by making a little fist. Then exhale, stretch, reach that away. Let's try it again. Making a little fist, firming the arms, stretching, reaching away. Making a little fist. Allá afuera. Good. So now take the arms up. Make a fist, pull down, feel your chest open. Arms reaching up. Codos a tu lado. Elbows at your side. Last time, arms up. Y adentro. Y ahora let's stretch. Estiramos los brazos afuera. Your arms are stretching out. Y la cabeza comes up. 5. Y los omoplatos. La espalda, el sacro, ya está. Good. So now, let's take your right leg, la pierna derecha sobre la pierna izquierda. Good. And we're going to reach towards the leg. So you're going to stretch over your top leg, pull the palms back, stretch the opposite direction, and then pull the palms back. So estirando la derecha, stretching to the right, y ahora estirando a la izquierda. Good. Estirando. So you're feeling that through the side of the back. Estirando otra dirección. Very nice. So now we're going to inhale, take a moment, sit tall. Las palmas arriba. Good. And then las palmas adelante, your palms forward. Bajamos. We're lowering down. 5 y 4 y 3 y 2 y 1. Very nice. So now pause with your arms overhead, your elbows alongside your ears, al lado de las orejas. And now with just your right leg on top, we're going to lift and lower in that externally rotated position. Here we go. 3 y 2 y 1. Good. You can hold that leg up, and now the left leg, your bottom leg, can come arriba y abajo. 5 y 4 y 3 y 2 y 1. Muy bien. So now from here, we're going to slowly lower your 2 legs down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, setting the feet on the floor. Las palmas sobre la pelvis. You're going to take the palms over your pelvis. Y esta vez, we're going to come all the way up. Desde los abdominales, trabajando muy fuerte. Good. Inhale, nos sentamos arriba. Nos ponemos las manos debajo de los hombros, your hands under your shoulders. Doblamos las rodillas, cambiamos la posición de los pies. So change the position of your feet. Good. And then una pausa, a little pause. Extend the right leg out. The left leg is now on top, la pierna izquierda encima. And then we're going to stretch over to that side con las palmas juntas y ahora arriba. Estiramos afuera y arriba. Estiramos afuera y arriba. Good. Take this a few times. So reaching por las costillas, reaching through your rib cage, cambiando lados cada vez, switching sides each time. 2, and good. So now we'll pause, take the arms up, good. Feeling your neck, el cuello relajado, and then las palmas afuera, bringing your palms out. Vamos a bajar otra vez. We're going to lower down slowly, slowly. Llegamos en el piso. You'll arrive at the floor and then put your thumbs there into the floor. And this time on that diagonal, lifting your left leg. So this can be any amount that feels good and stable to your leg. Lifting 3, lifting 2, and lifting 1. Let's hold that leg lifted. Now the bottom leg, arriba y abajo. You're going to come down and up. Here we go. 3 más. 3. Exhale, lifting 2. And exhale, lifting 1. Good. Y ahora con los tobillos with your ankles together, we're going to bajar las piernas. Let's lower the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's a lot of work. Bueno, con las piernas juntas y ahora las palmas juntas. Let's lift la cabeza, los hombros, la escápula, con la espalda inferior hasta que llegamos arriba. Arms up. Good. Las palmas debajo de los hombros, your palms under your shoulders. And then exhale, doblamos las rodillas. You're going to bend the knees y cambiamos la posición de los pies. So change the position of your feet here just a few times. Let's pause with your right leg out. Extend on the diagonal, letting the calf touch your shin. So pantorrilla a espinilla. Let's go 3 and 2 and 1. Muy bien, cambiamos. Here we go, con la pierna izquierda. You're just taking it out and back. Here we go, 5 y 4, y 3, y 2, y 1. Muy bien. Let's change the position of your 2 feet. And now rolling yourself back onto your side. Good. Let's take a second. You've got your top leg. La pierna encima is in front. Adelante de la pierna abajo. So now try this. Just walking your bottom hand out. Good. You can bend the elbow and let the elbow pull down towards the floor, under your shoulder, and right back up. Good. Try just a couple rounds. Now we're going to hold a slight bend in the elbow. Take the leg, la pierna, adelante y atrás. So you're going to just stretch and reach the leg adelante, reach it atrás, estirando atrás. I'm going to move slightly up. That leg reaching, estirando. Good. Let's try this a couple more times. Beautiful. Now hold the leg behind you. Catch the hand and foot. Just stretch for a moment. Good. Vamos a bajar. You're going to lower the leg. And then exhale, lowering your pelvis down. And then rocking your hips forward. So you're just going to take slow movement. Arriba y abajo. Good. Let's try this one more time. Just a little stretch through the hip. Good. So then from here, let's pause in a real neutral, as neutral a pelvis we can find with your 2 hips more or less vertical, stable, and lift your back leg and just hold that leg lifted for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. See how little weight you can have on that supporting hand. La mano que apoya. Good. 2, 1. Take that leg in front of your bottom knee, la rodilla abajo, y cambiamos lados. So let's change sides. So now, con el codo, with your elbow, let's pull down and up. Good. Feeling a little firmness there in the arm. And you can walk this hand out. Do whatever you need to do to make sure this sensation feels good. Está funcionando bien. Working for your arm, etc. Okay, so you're going to hold now just a micro bend. Un doblito allá in your codo. You're going to lift and stretch your top leg adelante y atrás. Good, adelante. So make sure your neck feels relaxed here. Good, a little work. Trabajando por la cadera. Let's go a couple more rounds. Good. And then we're going to pause with the leg behind you. Go ahead, catch the hand and foot together, atrás. Good. And we'll stretch, reach the leg back. Abriendo el pecho. Muy bien. Bajamos la rodilla. You're going to lower the knee down to the floor from here. Desde aquí. Me siguiendo. You're just rocking la pelvis. Adelante y atrás. Good. All right. And then let's exhale, pause, taking your 2 hands, las manos, in el piso, pushing your hips up and coming down onto all fours. So now you can begin this little exercise with your toes curled underneath you. And we're going to exhale, rock, and reach your la cadera atrás. So let this stretch your whole back nice and long. Bueno, la columna, la espalda larga. Good. We'll take this a few times. Estirando atrás. Muy bien. And now from here, I'm going to pause and I want you to lift your two knees off of the floor. Hold that little lift. Good. Exhale, set them down. Try it again. See if you can keep your knees a little closer to the floor. So you'll exhale, lift. Feel the belly strong and engaged as you lift. Good. One more time. Inhale, feeling your back apoyado por las abdominales. Let your back supported by your abdomen, lifting the knees. Just hold and breathe. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we'll lower the knees, tap the tops of your feet now into the floor. Now we're going to change the position of your hands as we do this next little drill. So walk your fingertips out wider than the mat. Now reach your hips up, getting a big stretch. And then from here, you can kind of come down, let the abdominals catch your back as you move towards the floor. So estirando afuera. Good. Or atrás, moving back and stretching down towards the floor. Muy bien. Good. Using as many breaths as you need to take you through this movement por este movimiento. Good. Estirando abajo y arriba. Muy bien. So now from this position, walk your back hand underneath you a little, turn your back toes out and lift into a little side plank. Stretch over in this side plank. So a half side plank, I should say. Good. And then let's let the top leg and top arm lift and lower together. Good. Just a few rounds. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. Good. And then we're going to pause. Send your hand and foot back down to the floor and then stretch your hips back for a moment. So you're a little rotated through your torso. Good. And then from this position, keep your foot where it is. Walk your torso to face forward. And then exhale, reach your hips back. So make this a long stretch of the back. Good. So now from here, walking yourself in. So now you're on your knees facing the ordenador. Good. And now I'm going to take that leg, bring it in. Take my left leg out to the side, or whatever leg you haven't done yet. And we're going to slowly lower ourselves once again into a little half side plank. Top arm comes over the ear. You can stretch over. And then exhale, lift. So subiendo, bajando. Good. Just think about really lifting the arm and leg, finding steadiness por el torso through your whole body here. Let's do this a few more times. Dos, tres más veces. Good. Let's do última vez. And from here, you're going to take that top hand down. Stretch, reach your hips back. Muy bien. So now I'm going to come onto my knees away from. So now my right side is facing the computer. Let's let your forearms lower. So now let the head come down as your two hips lift. And then let's lower that back down, looking up for a moment. Great. So now you'll exhale, two hips lift. Lowering right back down. Let's do that one more time. Two hips lift. Now, if it feels nice, you're going to, with your left leg, sulo y bajo, you're going to lift and lower. Got a long, sort of think about long stride here with the leg. Good, we're going to exhale, release the two knees down once again, stretching, looking up, allowing your back to stretch the other way for just a moment. And then bajando, lowering your codos, lowering your elbows to the floor, empujando arriba otra vez, pushing up once again. And then trying just a few long lifts con la pierna derecha with your right leg. Good. Now from here, we're going to simply, once again, just lower the leg, bajando las rodillas, lowering your knees, and then estirando el peso del cuerpo atrás. So letting the weight of your body move back. Good. So now let's push our weight forward once again. So your weight is in your forearms here. Then we're going to move your knees un poquito atrás. You're going to move the knees slightly back. Let's lift the sitting bones up. And then exhale. Lower your cadera. Good. So the hips come down. And then they lift right back up. Hips coming down. Really feeling yourself connect to that descent. Arriba y bajo, up and down. Muy bien. And then let's go ahead, pause here with your pelvis on the floor y con el pecho abierto. So just let your chest open, maybe press through the arms, creating a little bit more of a Bhujangasana. Good. Let's open your two codos, open your elbows. Let your head rest for a moment. Lift your right leg up and lightly lift the leg just down enough from the floor. Good. Letting the left leg press down again, really feeling a slow lower. 2 and 1. Good. Now opening, closing the leg. Good. Now we'll draw a few circles with the leg. Y circulamos. You'll circle the other way. Good. Pause. Let the leg come down and then vamos a mecir. Just rock for a moment your hips. Lado y lado. Letting the hips rock side to side. Muy bien. And then otra vez con la cadera abajo. So you're going to pull your tailbone down, abdomen in, and your left leg. La pierna izquierda arriba y abajo. Down and up. Good. And now abrimos, cerramos. You're going to open, close the leg. Beautiful. And then we'll circle the leg. And then circulamos, you'll circle the opposite direction. Good. Let's pause and just rock your hips now. Lado y lado, just rocking your hips side to side. And then we'll push up once again through your hands. Feeling a big stretch through your back. Slowly lowering right back down. Let's bring your two hands to your sacrum. The tailbone reaches towards your heels, and then your elbows are going to reach away from your body. Getting a big stretch through the arms. Let's try this down and up movement through the backs of the arms just a few times. How does this feel to you? ¿Está bien? Good. Bueno, moviendo arriba, y abajo los brazos. Good. And then let's just let your arms rest for a moment. Están relajando un ratito just on your back. You can walk your maybe opposite hand to wrist. So mano a la muñeca puesta. You could even walk your hands a little bit more together, como tú quieras, just however is feeling good to you. Good. With your hands now reaching across the arms, you can bend the knees. Go ahead and reach your heels. You can even try this lightly, kind of tapping the heels back, los talones en la dirección de los isquiones, right? Talones a isquiones. And then while you're taking your heels to the sitting bones, let the sitting bones move to the floor. Good. So from here, let's open your two knees. Now close your two knees. Abrimos. You're going to open and kind of lift the femur bones up and out. Good. Up, out, in, up and out. Up and in, up and out. Arriba, adentro, arriba, afuera. Arriba, adentro, arriba, afuera. Good, let's pause with the legs in. So now from here, see about reaching opposite hand to your heel, opposite hand to heel. So mano al opuesto talón. Good, a big stretch. Let's try that now on the opposite side. So sometimes making your hand do something you can't really see. It's just a little good exercise for your brain. Stay connected to where you are. Un ejercicio para el cerebro. Para apoyar propiocepción. Just to help maintain proprioception. Good. So now crucemos. Let's cruzar las espinillas. You can cross at your shins and kind of lightly once again tap the heels back towards your isquiones. So tapping the heels back towards the sitting bones. Good. Let's cross the shins, cruzando por las espinillas otra vez, otra dirección. You can let the arms rest, but just feel kind of clearing through your knees. Good. And then from here, let's undo the arms, undo the legs, desdoblar, and then bring your palms under your shoulders for a moment. And we're going to exhale, push, lift your torso up. And now I'm curious, do you want to take with me, let's do like 5 little tricep push-ups, pulling your elbows back towards your body. Good. 2. And 1. Really, again, conectando when you are lowering. So exhale, stretch back. Y después otra vez estirando. You're going to stretch your arms all the way out a tu lado, stretching your arms out into a big Y shape. Good. Desde aquí, estiramos adelante. You're going to stretch forward otra vez. And now your elbows can move wide. You can even move your arms slightly wide. Make sure you don't dip your head, but keep la cabeza y la vista afuera. Keep your gaze up and out. Try just a couple more. And from here now, walking your hands back. Good. Taking another little estiramiento, another little stretch of your back. And from here, empujamos, you'll push your hands down, lift your knees, stretching up, estirando adelante. So finding a down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And from here, you can do a little walking of your hands out to the side. So estoy estirando a la derecha. Y otra vez voy a estirar. I'm going to stretch now to the left. A la izquierda. Good. Y por el centro otra vez, you'll stretch through your center once again. And then let's just slowly articular cada vertebra. You're going to articulate each vertebra while you roll. Bring yourself hasta estás levantado. Let me make sure. Oh my goodness, class is almost over. Oh no, I thought we were going to do weights. Let's do 2 minutes. A little bit of weights. These were for Denise. Mira, it doesn't have to be much. Can be un poquitito. Good. So now, just feel your weight in your feet. I want you to exhale, doblando las rodillas. So I always like to ask myself the question, can I work hard? ¿Puedo trabajar fuerte mientras relajando? Can I work hard and relax at the same time? ¿Puedo disfrutar? Can I enjoy el trabajo? Good. So hacemos otra vez. Good. So now let's pause down here and just lightly pull your codos al lado de. Just pull your elbows alongside your costillas. Good. Keeping your head above your neck. La columna larga, your spine long. Now we'll reach your elbows back. Go to reach your forearms, your antebrazos atrás. Good. Couple more rounds. Muy bien. Now let's take ourselves up nice and tall. I'm going to stretch my pierna derecha adelante. So just stretching that leg forward. And now from here, a little bit of work through the front of my arms, through my biceps. Good. Let's hold this little bend in the arms, stretch them out, pulling back 5, estirando afuera y adentro, afuera y adentro, afuera y adentro. Last time here. Good. Una pausa. Take a little pause, stretching over this leg. 5 respiraciones. Let's really try to balance your hips by reaching your right sitting bone towards your left sitting bone. Good. Y desde aquí, we're going to come all the way back up. So just bringing yourself back up. Your left foot can step in. Right leg steps back. Good. Same thing, just with your biceps. Pulling the weights up. Good. I'm feeling your torso long. I'm feeling a stretch, un estiramiento en la pantorrilla atrás. Good. So let's hold now. Your weights up. Estirando afuera. Reaching the 2 arms out and back. Con los abdominales, with your abdominals connected to that movement. Good. Let's make this the last time. And then from here, vamos a bajar. You're going to slowly lower down. Go ahead, set your weights down. Y estirando. You're going to continue once again, rocking the left sitting bone now towards your right. Bueno, estirando por las 2 piernas, stretching through both legs. Muy bien. Muy bien. So now I'm going to step my right leg, my left foot forward. Come down for just a moment. Y yo voy a bajar. You're just going to lower for a second. Rock your back. Let the feet lift up. With your legs in the air, con las piernas en el aire, 5 respiraciones. Take 5 breaths right here. Good. So you're at home, you can stay in this position, or if you'd like to bend your knees, roll up to a seated position. We'll just gather here before the computer. Con las palmas juntas. Bueno, amigas, y yo digo amigas porque somos amigas hoy. We're as yo tengo mucha gracia. I have so much thanks. So thank you. Disfruta el resto de la noche. Namaste.
Gracias, Elizabeth.